My name is Chris Jones. I served in the Army from 2005 to 2011. I got medically retired 17 August 2011 due to injuries sustained on deployment. Hunting in Potter County, Oswayo, Pennsylvania at L.E.E.K Mountain Hunting Preserve, 2013 Wounded Warriors.
All right, good morning, guys.
Brothers I met there were Shane, Ed, Dennis, and Dave. Dave was the only Marine there. Dennis, me, Shane, Ed, we're all in the Army.
We got one more morning, it looks like, from the weather to put some deer on the pole, and hopefully we can do that and finish this up.
I don't think you could be up here and be a part of this without wearing your heart on your sleeve. Just to thank these men and women for what they've done.
Ed is a retired colonel, still active in logistics. His heart and soul is fully into helping soldiers, Marines, sailors, anyone. He can relate to us, more than anybody else can that hasn't been there, done that. All the volunteers there, about 90% of them are all vets as well. So they understand what we're coming from, what we've been through to a certain extent.
These are the type of men and women that we send in harm's way, and we need to make sure when they return they're treated accordingly.
It was black powder and archery season. Black powder, you had to harvest a doe. Archery was a buck, crossbow or compound. Everything that could have went wrong that week. We had black bear ruin hunts, we had cars ruin hunts, gunshots ruin hunts, people talking too loud ruin hunts. I was ready to throw in the towel. Last year's hunt, I was the first one to harvest my doe. This year's hunt, I wanted to shoot my doe and get it out of the way, get the pressure off. Then I could worry about the buck.
A black bear.
Didn't see any deer all night long.
Yeah, it's about 200 yards out right now.
And then we found out why. Big black bear coming down the mountain. And unfortunately it wasn't black bear season, we had 3 more weeks left. Otherwise I would have got to have one of my dream hunts right there. Perfect shot, and couldn't shoot him. Third, fourth day, ended up shooting a doe about 40 yards away. She dropped and thought I had finally harvested my deer for the week. Did celebration and everything. She was down. We got up about 10 yards from her. She jumped up and took off. We watched her for about 200 yards into the woods, and she disappeared.
Chris Jones, the other night, he kind of spoke up and said the value of outdoor recreation and how therapeutic that was to, a man that's in a wheelchair, and what that enables him to do and feel. He said that you can't put a measuring stick on that.
I know it's very therapeutic for them, but honestly, the volunteers have said many times how much it really is a positive thing for us, and how they inspire us by their drive and ability and their desires.
When you see guys like Ken Martin, who was a Vietnam veteran in the war, he's seen a lot of tough times, and he knows how he was treated when he came home. And he's one of these men today that are making sure that we don't ever treat our returning men and women, that we send them out and do the nation's bidding, make sure that they're returned home as heroes, and welcome them the way that we should.
Went out with Ken. He's the guy I was with last year when I shot my doe. All the guys still have jobs, and they take the little bit of money out of the money out of their pocket that they're going to be missing for that 5 days, just so they can come down and hunt with us, guide us around the woods, and be a part of us harvesting deer. All the guides are same as Colonel Ed Fisher. Their hearts and souls are all in the right place and all heading to the same area. Goals are all the same.
I see her.
frickin' way I missed her. There's no way.
If she's hit good, she's gonna be dead. Okay.
I put it right on her shoulder.
I'm gonna go check that shot. Okay?
I'm hexed, man. I am hexed. It's like I'm not meant to shoot a deer out here this year.
Sorry, Chris. There's just no evidence of a hit there, so.
And that's how my week has worked. Been hunting hard for 4 days now. Got some serious black circles going on underneath my eyes because of these freaking deer. We're gonna get it done today.
I was so frustrated. I had shot at 2 deer, hit one, shot over one's back, but I knew I had to get back out there. Everybody else had harvested their deer, and it was my turn. We were out trying to jump deer, saw quite a bit. We had a little 4-point basket buck come in about 40 yards out and stop, and he sat there and watched us. It was like he knew that we couldn't shoot him, that I had a black powder and not a crossbow. It was a tease. After unsuccessful hunt in the morning, we had packed up, we were headed to another property. On our way there, we looked out to the left and there was blazed orange on the mountain. It had Ken pull over, and he asked me if I wanted to go help or if I wanted to go to my hunt. I told him I wanted to go up and help. Couldn't get up fast enough. I kept trying to scoot the chair up, go faster. Had to make paths to get to him. Finally, when we got to him, it was just big grin that he couldn't wipe off his face.
Glad they can come and enjoy the outdoors, and yeah, it's a privilege doing it, taking them out.
You know, it was my goal, you know, to get back out here in the woods, that there's still life there to live.
He was the first wounded warrior to harvest a buck with a crossbow in 3 years. That was almost, if not more, gratifying than harvesting my doe.
It just feels good to be with other soldiers here that are experiencing the same things that I'm going through myself.
I felt as if I had even killed a deer with him. It was very gratifying, and I'm glad that I got to be there and help him and drag that deer down that mountain for him. Ended up just going back to camp after that, knowing that there was a possibility I wasn't going to get out that afternoon due to the weather that was coming in, but it held out, and we got back out there that night.
Getting a chance to get out here in God's creation and taking part is just something that is so valuable for these men and women.
That's what it's all about, just allowing these warriors an opportunity to experience what they had experienced prior to their injuries.
It's healing going on. It's you know, about them.
Last night I went out, I was with Dave. Never gotten the pleasure to hunt with him before, so it was definitely a new experience. We had a last set of deer come in about 17:30. We had about 30 minutes left of shooting time when she came in, and that was going to be my last and final poke at a doe. About 15-20 minutes later, she pokes out of the wood 50-60 yards out. I couldn't hold out. I had to shoot because she was moving and I wouldn't let her get away. Dave walked out after I shot the deer. I told him to wait because a couple days prior we had that one doe jump up and take off 10 yards from me. I told him to load up another round and don't let her get away if she jumps up. Go ahead and take the last shot and drop her. When he got to the deer, he turned around and raised his hands and told me it was good. As soon as he told me, I rolled out of my blind. I low crawled out as far as I could to him. And he met me about 35 yards away from the blind with my doe dragging behind him.
Oh, look at that shot.
No one has hunted any harder this week than Chris. So it wasn't for lack of effort that we're still out here in the last hours, but it worked.
Even if I didn't get this doe, it's been a hell of a week, man. Seeing all these warriors get their deer, smiles on their faces. Oh, it's gratifying. This just makes it all worthwhile.
There's going to be a little celebration when we get back tonight that there's another deer, another warrior was successful.
Just the look and the grin on his face, he was grinning from ear to ear, and picture's worth 1,000 words, and that's exactly right. He was just elated.
We all work together to make each one of these hunts and each one of these meals, everything so special for these men and women. And that's what makes L.E.E.K work, is this community, people make this work. And that's what we're all so proud of, and proud to give back.